Yo! Video games.
There we
I
go.
got this one. I've
Okay.
Disney.
Okay,
All right.
put your. Just start with the bottom.
The bottom? Okay, bottom.
Yeah,
That's
your bottom picks.
bottom bitch picks.
Yeah, Home on the Range.
Oh yeah, I haven't even seen it. I know it's D tier.
I've seen part of it.
We
Chicken
got-
Little, Chicken Little
Chicken
bottom.
Little.
That's the top row.
Chicken Little's funny, but it's a bad funny.
Meet the Robinsons.
Hold up. That movie's a fucking mess. Let me just see what else Robinsons. But I'm like trying to think of how bad is it. Hold on. Let me see the whole. I'm just trying to like gauge every film on here.
Yeah.
Like terrible, because D is like bad. This is a bad movie, right? Like not
It's
like
just like
yeah, like not disappointing,
think
but
about
like
it.
this
Yeah,
is
D's
bad.
dang near a fail. C's like okay.
He's not watching on
B's
a
like
plane.
B's like dang, that's good. A is great, and S is like goddamn, this is good.
I think I'm good for D tier. I think.
Wait. Simmons, you got one more.
Really?
For D.
But that's what I was thinking about, Kenny. I'm like,
There you go.
How
I got you.
like that movie's
I got you.
see that movie's like a 5 out of 10 to me. But it's definitely closer to a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in D tier. Fuck that movie.
One, Frozen.
Yeah, fuck Frozen.
Wait, you're saying
What
you
about the
like
Black
all
Cauldron?
All that movie has is a freaking soundtrack that got people.
It has one song that got people singing.
what's
Let it
better?
go.
Okay, you know what's better than the movie? The Broadway show. I got to see it on Broadway.
Because
I
it
thought
is a Broadway.
was
Because
awesome.
that movie. It's not a Disney movie. It's a Broadway musical.
Well, it was also written by like Broadway writers, so that's why it's all
Yeah.
fucking weird.
I mean, yeah, but
That's probably why it's way better on Broadway. It's like it's where it belongs. Okay, Toy Story should not even be on this list. I'm just saying.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so C tier. Okay, this is where like these are not great, right? These are like movies, right?
It's okay. It was okay.
Okay.
At the very bottom, so the last thing at C tier would be probably Meet the Robinsons. Like
Meet the Robinsons?
like it's so everything's gonna go above it. Like it's skirting between C and D in my mind, because it's got a decent beginning, good ending. It's just fucking lost in the middle. Okay. Let's see. What is C tier? Where did it go? I know I saw it.
I know you'll put Pocahontas at C.
Put Rescuers in C tier.
Rescuers.
The original Rescuers. That movie's boring as fuck. It's better than Robinsons, though. I'll give it that. Put Aristocats in C tier. That is nothing special. Fox and the Hound can go there.
really, I loved Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it again and then you realize it's boring as shit. I like.
It
Once
belongs
you
in
realize
C.
they kind of like skated by making it a PG film. By like, oh, he didn't really die at the end.
Yeah, that dog was supposed to die, actually. It was written and filmed that way, and then someone high up actually got mad at them for doing that. So there's some really awkward shots late in the film where they had to ADR and like reuse animation to make sure that Chief wasn't dead. Black Cauldron is C tier.
C.
It's not... It's bad, but it also has some pretty decent animation going for it, at least.
Oh yeah.
Put
Yeah.
it high C.
I high C and mid C.
Oh, you know what?
Oliver-
Brother Bear,
what about
Simmons.
Oliver-
I
Oliver
think I got
Company?
you at a C.
That's a C for sure. I've seen that movie more than once because of school.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad? Is that down there?
Ichabod and Mr.
no,
Toad's
man.
weird. That's like half a boring film, half a great film.
I think
Right?
you're skipping over Oliver and Company unless you really.
No, I'm thinking about that right now because I'm like Oliver and Company's not terrible, but it's not great either, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that movie just inflated by a whole bunch of like at the time they were just throwing big name actors to try and be
Billy Joel, yeah, Bette Midler, shit
Oh,
like that.
This is Simmons' smoke, by the way, Rick.
Yeah, this is my list.
I'm remembering watching a YouTube video where somebody did the documentary of how Disney screwed over Robin Williams.
Yeah.
They had this
All right,
big,
Simmons.
They had a big
Yeah.
section dedicated to the fact that Disney was trying to get big
All right,
Bolt
so
is
Bolt.
Bolt for sure. C tier.
Bolt.
Oh,
C2.
yeah.
Okay.
to be
Thank
voice
God.
actors and shit because of
God.
Robin Williams.
They were skipping that.
There's some controversial picks I'm gonna have to start throwing in here.
Okay.
Put Lady and the Tramp in C tier. It's like
Alright.
high C.
Yeah, it's like right. Yeah, some
like
of these
high
like,
C-
you need, like
it's-
some of them are close.
It's fucking Grease with dogs. It's-
I love that. I love that. I love that.
I want to see him singing Grease Lightning. I want to see the dog singing Grease Lightning.
I'm not. I'll put it. I might save it. I'm not huge on 101 Dalmatians either, but Cruella's a very fun villain.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Okay. Anything else in C tier? Put Bambi in C tier.
Oof.
Okay, and here's why Bambi's in C tier. I did not know Bambi was male until I was an
Dang.
adult.
Until I was an
I
adult.
thought Bambi was a girl
That's
too.
fair.
And the reason I did is because I, as a kid, and I owned the film, I never got to the end of Bambi. I never got to the point where he grew up because I just fell asleep. That movie is boring as shit.
That's crazy. You know,
It's
he ain't
like-
lying. He ain't lying.
You are falling asleep, and then all of a sudden, like, you hear a gunshot go off, and you're like, what the fuck happened? And then you're like,
I think he fell asleep before spring, okay?
yeah.
You know what though? You know what though? It's got the It's got the most evil villain. It's got the villain that just fucking sucks. at
He's not a
mad
villain.
dick.
Hey, that guy needed to fucking eat. Look, like, how do you
No,
know?
he didn't.
Oh, how do you know? How do you know he?
That means
How do you know?
Because we
How do you
live in a
know?
society where you can get a cheeseburger.
Well, you're assuming.
If
What
you have enough money for guns,
Okay,
and
what if
bullets and all
what
that
if
kind of shit,
what if he's like just some poor person living in the back, like living in this remote mountain, and he has like 3 kids at home, you know, and they've got to eat, and winter's coming, and they're starving, and the
Nah.
only it's between fucking him and his family or this dumb deer, you know, and its mother, and it's like he's like, you know what, I got to take care of my own, you know, you're just assuming.
that guy was dressed pretty well too. He had like flannel and he had a nice hat. That dude is just.
You don't even
he was-
see the hunter.
They like. There's one thing where they kind of talk about or show or something like that, or you see like a flannel or something like that. Or,
I don't think.
I don't know.
Do you actually? Are you talking about Bambi 2 or something? Because I don't remember ever
don't
seeing.
know.
I don't ever remember seeing the hunter. Yeah, you never see a human.
I remember something like that where there was like a quail or some bird was getting spooked to hell, and everyone was telling her to quiet down, and she flies away, and you see the tip of a gun blast her. That's
Ah.
about it.
But you don't know if that's the same person though. This is all assumption. You know, hearsay and conjecture is these are not ample defenses.
Okay, then never mind. But yeah, I don't
No,
know.
but okay. Regardless about the hunter part, regardless about that, like I never made it to the end of that movie, even as a kid. I just fell asleep. Like it was too boring. It was too boring. I usually fell asleep when he's shivering around in the winter. I think there's a couple I'm really skirting the line here. So I
Alright.
guess let's go low B then. Low B, not great.
B.
Wait, Winnie the Pooh's not going into the C tier?
For what it is, you know, for what Winnie the Pooh is, I'm not like too mad at it. It's like it's the kind of shit you show, you know, your 3-year-old. You know, there's nothing. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's anything wrong. You're adding a new tier.
Yeah, this will be for you. B minus.
Oh, okay. B
you go.
minus.
You got an
Oh, okay.
You
So
got a B minus is just dang near a C.
so this definitely is in that sort of okay. Fantasia 2000.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Fantasia 2000.
that's a
I
B
would put it lower.
minus. There's a couple of good sequences in it. Oliver and Company.
I can respect that.
Yeah, like Cinderella. I definitely put in B minus.
Ooh, Cinderella, huh?
Cinderella's just a movie where you wonder how she hasn't murdered everyone in their sleep in her family.
Where the fuck is that shit?
It's right above.
Pinocchio.
It's right by Moana,
Pinocchio.
above Moana.
Moana. Okay, cool.
You have see?
Yeah, Bambi's boring
just-
shit.
What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Well, this is B-.
Okay.
Put Fun and Fancy Free in there. That's B-.
Fun and Fancy?
Yeah.
Ooh, I put it up. I like that one.
You know what?
Fun and Fancy.
It's depressing. If you knew,
It is depressing.
if you knew how much more was planned for that movie, that
Really?
it was going to be a way bigger film. And you know,
Oh, yeah.
you know
Tell
what?
me about it.
You know what fucked that movie up? The U.S. Army. They literally
Wow.
stole most of the fucking cells of that movie during World War II.
Wow.
Yeah, because basically all the animation studios were basically forced to make propaganda cartoons for the war
Yeah.
effort, and they had representatives go in and they had to be overseeing shit during production, and they stole massive amounts of unfinished artwork for that movie. So you're getting like you have like a third of what that movie was supposed to be.
I remember it was memorable, man. I remember
Well,
they had to slice that bread. It was see-through, and I felt bad for them.
I liked that movie a lot as a kid, but it's like it's so depressing learning that it was supposed to be this huge, full fleshed out movie, and then our literal U.S. Army just stole fucking most of it.
Jeez.
This is where Big Hero 6 goes.
Yep, I agree.
It's okay. It's not great. This is where Ichabod goes. Ichabod and Mr.
That's good. I
Because
like that one though. That
it's-
shit on Halloween is just awesome to watch.
Well,
That
if-
on
if-
Halloween is S tier.
It feels like half the movie's great and the other half is okay.
Yeah.
You know what a better movie to watch on Halloween is? Halloween.
Nah, but like this on Halloween, just
Put Alice in Wonderland. Or wait.
Not whatever.
Hold on, let me. Yeah, put Alice in Wonderland. That movie has like fucking like no plot.
It's the story of a girl's drug trip.
Right? Alright. Well,
Acid children.
all right.
put
Yeah,
dumb.
acid, yeah.
Put dumb. No. Yeah. Put Pocahontas either in B- or C. Put it in B-.
I have a feeling
Put it in
you-
B-.
Haunted?
I hate
Her
this.
songs are fucking. Her songs slap.
I hate
think
this
that's the best
movie.
song.
I hate this movie, but there's two things. Kenny's right about one of them. Songs, some of the songs are good, and the animation's good, but the rest of the movie, I can't get behind at all. It's
Color of the Wind alone brings that movie to almost an A.
that villain song is so
Was
shitty
there
though.
more songs in that movie?
Yeah.
There's a villain song in probably.
Sandwiches.
Savages.
Even you, man.
That song is so fucking cringe.
Just around the river bend. Just around the river bend.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
was in there. Oh.
Shit
yeah.
slaps.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like,
On the riverbed.
Pocahontas is a movie that's like it looks good and it's got some pretty
Yeah.
good songs. The story's horrible. It's actually not horrible necessarily in the story. It's just the fact that it's based off something real and it gets it so fucking weirdly wrong. That's the part that just drives. The historian in me just goes like, ah. Put Dumbo in B-.
Oof.
Ooh. That was Kenny's S tier.
I know. Dumbo's
So it is his list.
Dumbo's emotionally manipulative bullshit.
Oh god, yes it is.
I hate the pink elephants part. I hate it so much.
In the top left.
Okay,
Is that
B.
really there?
Oh, so someone ban Theseus for me, please.
What happened?
Nah, he said Dumbo's
Oh.
whack. He's talking about. That's like talking about.
I can't tell if we're being serious or not.
That's talking bad about me.
Dude, I had the hammer ready to. Don't tempt me. I will smack.
Okay, so we're in B tier now. Okay, this is good.
Solid B.
Solid B. I don't.
Like B minus is just like it's good. Like B's like
Okay, okay. Let me piss everyone off.
B.
Let me piss everyone off. Put Lion King in B.
No, come on.
Yeah.
Lion King's at least an A.
Nah, Lion King is just fucking
Hamlet in children's form.
furry Hamlet. Just make fucking Hamlet.
Furry Hamlet.
It is Hamlet in children's form with James Earl Jones dying like a third of the way through the movie.
How Sword in the Stone making it this far?
He's not coming.
It has that really awkward come fuck me look.
No, you know what? Put 101 Dalmatians in B minus.
B minus, okay.
I love that movie.
Is this your list?
In my list. My list.
I can copy it, make adjustments.
You could.
Sword in the Stone, actually, Sword in the Stone.
I like
is dope.
Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone is like the precursor to Aladdin almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost
Yeah,
like
it is. Yeah.
It's got a great Aladdin feel to it.
I guess put Snow.
It's like Aladdin's grandpa.
Put Snow White in B tier. I mean, Snow White in B.
Snow White and B. Okay.
Was Black Cauldron and Sword of the Stone the same animation studio?
Yeah, it's Disney.
Well, no, not like obviously Disney, but those two have like similar like styles as far as like the line structure for the characters.
Yeah, well, because Sword in the Stone was 60s and Black Cauldron was early 80s, but like was being tossed around in the late 70s. So there's about like a 10 to 12 year gap, and so there's almost for sure some crossover in artists there.
Yeah.
Put Sleeping Beauty in B. Sleeping Beauty is Maleficent's great or whatever, but here's the thing. You know what the problem with Sleeping Beauty is and why it's not A tier? Because the movie is it's called Sleeping Beauty, and like your main characters are Aurora and Prince Philip, and neither of them do fucking anything. It's all the fairies. The three fairies do everything for Prince Philip. He doesn't do shit. He stands there and watches them kill the dragon. Like it's a weird movie where if you sit there and watch them, like it's about the three fairies.
Auto aim.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Yeah, give him auto aim.
They give him auto aim. They give him the sword. They give him the armor. They do everything for him. Like
Take your headshot.
Yeah, put Pinocchio in B tier.
I respect that. It's good, but
Pinocchio's got insane animation. It also has the only villain who gets away scot-free when nothing happens to him.
Oh yeah. But you know what though? That villain, you know what he was doing? Was he a villain?
Yeah,
I
They
mean,
were bad as fuck.
he fucking made them bad though.
that was a slave trade, man.
But you know what? Those kids.
He's an
They were bad
enabler.
kids.
Was Pinocchio a bad kid? He just got enabled by him.
Well, that's why he didn't turn into a donkey that bad, because he wasn't that bad.
He was that bad though. The only reason he wasn't is because he fucking jumped off a cliff.
He got away from the weird island magic.
Yeah.
You know what though? There's a lot of badass kids.
What?
But it was kind of an enabler. It was kind of an enabler too. I admit it.
Kids.
I mean, those kids could have possibly had gone down a different path in life if they didn't have someone literally shoving this shit in their face and saying, "Yeah, go party, smoke up, drink up, go gamble." They never come back as boys. Winnie the Pooh's in B tier. It's fine for what it is.
Woof.
What? Is it too
that low? But hey, this is your list.
Well, it's not a movie I'm gonna watch, but it's like that's the best movie for a 2-year-old, right? Or a 2, 3, 4-year-old. Like
Those kids.
like you don't have to worry about anything. Like okay, Lilo and Stitch in B tier.
Uh-oh.
okay.
JJ's gonna call you.
Whatever.
Whatever. Damn. JJ's gonna write you an angry letter.
Whatever.
When we get back.
Hey, B tier's good. That means it's good, right? That doesn't mean it doesn't mean terrible.
Yeah, B is not bad.
Yeah, B's not bad.
Between what's in between? Is that Hunchback of Notre Dame and Notre Dame and between Hercules and Tarzan?
Yeah.
Hercules. Speaking of Hercules in B tier.
Oof.
Hercules is a lot of fun, but I feel it could have been stronger. Like, it's not because anything's bad, but more just I feel like it never reached its full potential.
Damn.
Like, could have been
There you go.
could have been longer, could have been a little bit more, you know, could have had a little bit more to it, I feel.
Asian household. Please. Yeah, right.
Put Mulan in B tier.
Ooh.
Ow.
Yep. Again, B tier is not F tier.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, it's like, ooh, that feels.
Okay, here's the thing.
No!
I want to see Simmons' S.
I'm gonna
Shit,
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Eddie Murphy sticks out way too hard in Mulan. Like, he's fine, but like, why is he in that movie? Like, it's so jarring, and he's such a piece of shit in that movie. It nearly gets everyone killed, and nothing fucking happens to him because of it.
No, something does happen. He gets back on the podium.
Yeah, and we definitely should have had way more of the villain in that movie. See, Mulan's kind of a bit like Hercules, where it's like, it's not bad, but like it feels like they could have stretched a little harder. Like they could have been a little bit more. Like if there was
Man out of Simmons.
yeah, if there was less Eddie Murphy and more, what was that guy's name, Shu or something? More of that, and if the ending was a little bit stronger. Like, the ending is just super weird. They run up the pagoda at the end and they just fire the guy off in a firework. It's like, the ending's really anticlimactic after that avalanche, I honestly feel. Shan Yu, thank you. Like, it really, I really feel like they could have had a much stronger final confrontation than what we got. So it's a little bit of like, this is a little bit lost potential. Jungle Book definitely B tier.
Wow, that made it that high, huh?
It's good. It's probably okay. Jungle Book is like further down the list, like the bottom of B tier. You know, straddling that B minus. The film meanders, right? Like it where the fuck is it going? It has no. It almost has no plot. Almost.
What is this? We're in A tier now? Not quite.
Well,
See,
we
I
got
feel-
Rescuers Down Under, we got Mouse Detective, we have Robin Hood.
See, I feel like a lot of people are judging this space the same way that we judge games nowadays, and that unless it's above 70%, people think that it's
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
B tier is all movies. Let me put it this way: a B tier movie is a movie I would willingly watch on my own. Like I would go out of my way to watch it. Right? Like
Yeah.
that's not a movie I would like. I'm never gonna choose to watch this, like on my own volition. That's like C tier. Put Peter Pan in B tier.
Right?
That movie racist as fuck.
A little bit. It's a little bit.
Dude, the entire
They have
Native
a song
American
that's
section of
racist as fuck.
it? Dude.
What makes the red man red?
Watch it.
Oh
We
man.
watched the entire sequence. Holy shit! How did they get away with it?
It was a different
Because
time, that's
when
why.
it was made.
It was a different time.
Is the Great Mouse Detective on there?
It haven't placed it yet.
What's
The-
in between Treasure Island and Tarzan? Is that Atlantis?
Atlantis.
'Cause I can barely read that because of the puns in.
Stargate.
All right, let's move to A. Let's go to A tier now.
Ooh, we're A.
I guess we're in A tier. There's a couple that I'm feeling like are really more B's, but I'll put them at low A. How about that? Robin Hood is low A. It kind of has a similar thing. Well, when knowing what was planned for that movie and they ran out of budget, and it feels like, God damn it, it's like it's hard for me to watch the end of that last third of that movie, knowing that like the whole last arc was stripped and like stripped down really hard. Put Atlantis in A tier. I'm being very generous to Atlantis. I didn't like it at first, but over time I've actually warmed up to the movie a lot
I
more.
don't think I've actually seen it.
You know what? It's really good. Okay, Atlantis has the exact same problem that Treasure Planet has, this should have been a PG-13 film. Like, it feels like it's a PG-13 film, and they're constraining themselves really hard to get it into that G or whatever it is.
Yeah, they were doing it a lot. Was Atlantis?
Where's the movie that they go for the Aztec gold?
That's DreamWorks.
That's another.
That's DreamWorks. Road to El Dorado.
Road to El Dorado. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not a Disney movie?
Nope.
No.
No. Oh. Yeah,
But
really?
it now is Anastasia.
Put Fantasia in A.
Ooh.
It's good, but it also fucking racist.
I think the only reason they even made it that high was the animation's really good to go along with what they were presenting.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The music slaps.
Did I say anything bad about it?
Yeah.
I believe I was agreeing.
Yeah. Yeah. Put what do we got here?
Aladdin, Emperor's New Groove.
Put Sword in
Little
the
Mermaid.
Put Sword in the Stone up. Throw that shit up.
Yep.
I'm surprised you have Zootopia in this
That's pretty good.
top 2.
Zootopia's really good. Yeah.
Basically, isn't it just like a murder mystery with
Yeah.
anthropomorphic
Animals,
characters?
pretty much. So yeah, definitely put Treasure Planet up there in the A tier as well.
All right.
I would love to put that movie higher, but Martin Short actively tries to sabotage the film every second he's on screen.
Wow.
Definitely put Mermaid up there. And Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I feel like I'm being pretty generous to Beauty and the Beast, but... Because, like, the most important part of that movie is montage and a fucking song.
Oh yeah, we talked about that even without this list. The other day we talked about it, and we were talking about how that I don't know why we brought that up, but yeah, it's like literally her growth was the
Yeah, there's something there moment.
yeah, there's something there. Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, Mermaid's good, but it also has like a similar issue where it's just kind of like Prince Eric is so incredibly fucking stupid in that movie. It's almost painful. It is painful to watch that man go through that movie. I'm gonna say put Ralph in A tier.
Right.
It's really good, but it feels like 70% of that movie's in Candyland.
Yeah, that's the same problem you and I had. We wanted that to be more of like a Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Well, like it presents like the setting and presenting is supposed to be this one character and setting and era, and it's like it's mostly just Candyland. And I know what they said they did that because they didn't actually think they could get any video game licenses at first. So that's why they did it that way. Like this sort of like it was contingency plan.
Yeah.
Is All Dogs Go to
I love the one scene in that movie with the.
All Dogs is Disney now by technicality.
I love the one scene in Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Seamus.
I'm just thinking. Zootopia, I'd probably put an A tier.
All right.
It's high A though.
So, but just make it like where it's like that.
Yeah, it's high A.
Now, I have a question because we've made this comparison before. Once again, this might have been someone else I spoke to. Is Tarzan that good, or is it just Phil Collins starring Tarzan.
No, it's that good. The animation's fucking incredible. He kills a goddamn leopard, like, like the main villain, like, nearly fucking hangs himself, like, or no, he does hang himself.
Yeah, he does hang himself.
Oh, like, the main villain hangs himself. Again, it has a Treasure Planet issue where every time Rosie O'Donnell's on screen, she's trying to ruin the movie. But
You know what it is? Everybody's trying to be Robin Williams.
yeah,
Who gave her a song number?
That's the problem.
She's-
Everybody wants to be Martin Short. He's a comedian. He wants to be Robin Williams. Rosie O'Donnell. She wants to be Robin Williams. They want to be
Yeah.
that comedian that
and
makes
the only thing
film
is she's
amazing.
not as bad as Martin Short is in Treasure Planet. She doesn't ruin the film as hard. Like, she has way more, like, she has plot relevancy and stuff to the movie where, like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I hate Martin Short. I hate.
They need these. Yeah.
This is a long watch, but I'm going to post this in both y'all's chats. People, watch this and find out just how bad or just how good Disney became by screwing over Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, it's a good video. I know which video you're talking about.
Yep.
Here's an issue I have. I don't remember enough about Great Mouse Detective to determine if it's A or S.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say high A for Great
Okay.
Mouse Detective.
I remember it was. They did like
And
the animation and all the stuff in it was pretty dang good.
and now here's where I piss everybody off.
Okay.
It's definitely high A, but Emperor's New Groove in high A.
Yeah.
It's basically like it feels like a long episode of something like of the good seasons of The Simpsons. It's a great fun movie, and it's an A. But looking at it as a whole, is it like, okay, did it do anything amazing for animation? No. Did it have any sort of like Oscar-worthy performances or anything like did it have a Genie style performance by Robin Williams?
It had fun.
It had Kronk, and I like it a lot, but it does feel like, well, it's just kind of this cool side movie. You know, I'm not gonna. It didn't push any boundaries. It was just good ass fucking filmmaking.
It felt like the side plot was more interesting than the main plot.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's kind of just like this. It feels like a long episode of a good TV show, which is fine. Which is fine. It's fine. It's good. It's good. But Chris, you're right. You're also right there too, where it's like Yzma and Kronk's side thing is almost better than John Goodman and that other guy, Cusco.
Good for being an animated film.
David
He did a pretty
Spade.
good job playing a straight man. He didn't want anything to do with the damn llama. He just wanted his family to be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, all the characters are great, and that's why it's high A. But like, it's not. When you talk about, is this the greatest one of the greatest animated films ever? No, not really. Yeah. So, okay. So everything, obviously, the rest is my S tier.
Wow. So here we go. Boom. Rescuers Down Under, Tangled, Princess,
Yeah, Moana.
and Toy Story's Pixar.
Toy Story doesn't belong on this list at all.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, these are all my S tiers. Moana's great, but I almost wish Moana was like a series of films, so just to get more of it. But the problem is you'd never get a TV series that looked as good as Moana does.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, for what it is, fantastic. Princess and the Frog, super enjoyable film. I can't even really
Amazing villain.
Yeah, the only thing I kind of dislike is the fucking Firefly, but then Keith David kills him anyways, so
Yeah.
it retains its rank.
Yeah.
Tangled is great. Tangled's almost on that list just by proxy of being such a better film than Frozen.
Yep. And people always put Frozen over Tangled, but they're wrong.
No, they're wrong. Tangled's great. Like, moment to moment, Tangled's just a fucking great, entertaining film. Like, start to finish.
Frozen was ruined for me by a 4-year-old. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah. Dr. Facilier is a fantastic villain.
Yeah, and he's got an amazing song. He's got the animation's incredible
in that
on just about everyone. Someone is crackling like a motherfucker. Who's trying to contact us from Mars?
That might be Dylan.
Might be me, actually. Hold on.
Moana, and I've said it myself. I love Pocahontas, but Moana's a better Pocahontas.
Yeah. Rescuers Down Under is...
Oh boy.
Nope, you're still cracking.
I'm gonna mute you just for a bit.
Absolutely fantastic.
And I'll mute in a little bit.
Way too few people have seen Rescuers Down Under. Also, like Up, it's got probably one of the greatest opening sequences ever in a Disney movie.
Wow.
With the kid freeing Marahute. Everything about that movie is fucking great.
Every Disney movie before 1995 in theaters.
Yeah. Tarzan, like I said, is great. Even Rosie O'Donnell's trying to ruin it.
You know me.
I'd say Tarzan's like lower end of A, just because of the fucking, just because of the was the Rosie O'Donnell ape.
Yeah.
I'd say Aladdin's lower end of A, just because Aladdin's kind of a selfish prick in that movie, and he doesn't need to be. Like, that's the only thing. It's like, hey, Aladdin, could you do something to help all those poor people in Agrabah? Nah, fuck it. I want to get in this girl's pants. real goddamn bad.
Yeah. Aladdin's a case of, like, Aladdin as a character, he's not that great, but the animation carries it. Jafar's a great villain, and we pointed out numerous times, Robin Williams fucking kills
Rescuers
it.
Down Under is indefinitely better than the first, for sure.
The Sultan's an idiot, but he's that oaf that you can expect, like...
Yeah, like...
If Bob Vickers is an idiot, yeah, that's okay.
Well, Sultan's just a product of his upbringing. You know, he's just born into a life of extreme luxury and just sort of like bubbleness. So you could kind of buy the fact that he's basically this fucking, like, basically man-child.
Movies S tier.
You can buy. Now, what doesn't make sense is, like, how fucking hot was Jasmine's mom? Because she's not sharing any DNA with that guy.
That's an excellent point. I didn't even think.
So, and that's never fucking brought up in any of the movies, but it's just kind of one of those weird things. If you ever sit there and think about it, like, that little, like, bearded human toad from Mario Brothers totally porked someone. That person had to have been really fucking hot for her to inherit none of his genes. So
I almost wonder if the mayor from Shantae was inspired by the Sultan.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Hunchback is definitely my S tier. It's not perfect, but it's a movie that is just filled with fucking death and lust and
they push the boundaries
and religious oppression and just sort of like, it's just fucking great. It's everything a Disney movie's not. Just like a villain who all he wants to do is fucking rape this woman, and he's fucking evil, and he's like conflicted with his religious beliefs, and he fucking falls into hell because of it. It's
quite literally.
Like, quite literally. It's fucking great. It's like this. Unfortunately, there are gargoyles which were forced upon the movie's production. And they weren't supposed to. They weren't supposed to be there, but like
probably not. They probably, without it, it would have been like, dude. They're like, what the fuck? This is dark, dude.
Pretty much.
In love with a ghost. That's what we need.
Yeah, they basically were added in because I think it was Katzenberg himself that said, like, we need something more jokey and more fun, lighter. We can't make any toys about this. So the director, he said in his mind, he just looked at it as that the gargoyles are not alive or real. They're just in Quasimodo's head because he's gone insane from all the years of isolation. So that's how he legitimized it in his head. That's just how he kind of like looks at it. But yeah, like Frollo's great because he is 100% realistic to a judge or like a priest or someone from that era, that time and place in history. He is like entirely realistic. Like they actually would do some that is absolutely what someone would do in his position. There's even that great thing where like 30 pieces of silver for the gypsy woman. Like it's so good. It's just dripping with all kinds of just overt religious, sexual, violent overtones on everything. It's great.
It's just a horny movie.
Well, I mean, he's horny. And then there's also a really good message in the film, where you got to look at it like this way. Like, okay, Frollo wanted to dominate this woman. Quasimodo tried to deify her. And then Phoebus is the only one who viewed her as an equal. And that's why that romance ends up the way it does in the movie. Because your main character ends up fucking alone. Forever alone. And it's actually a pretty decent message where it's just kind of like, hey, how come she didn't choose Quasimodo? He was such a nice guy. Yeah, but remember, he put her on a pedestal and deified her. He didn't see her as equal. He saw her as something above himself. And Frollo saw her as something beneath himself that he wanted to dominate. And it's like, yeah, this is all fucking great. I love this shit. Now, well, I know there's a sequel. We're not talking about that shit. There's only one. There's only one good Disney sequel, and it's Aladdin 3.
Yeah.
Actually, that would
40 Thieves. I love that one.
dissertation on Disney dictum. And Tony J. Tony J. being the voice of the guy in Hunchback. For a lot of people know him as Megabyte. Cinderella 3, not 2.
Good too.
Oh yeah, Cinderella 3. But yeah, that is my.
Return of Jafar.
It's okay. It's just a long episode.
It is.
If I want to hear Homer, I'll go
Was Aladdin 3 the one with his father?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was supposed to be Sean Connery, and they couldn't get him, so they ended up settling on Sala from Indiana Jones. So
Return of Jafar was basically the basis for the cartoon series.
Aladdin 3 is great because they have a moment where like his son is like in the den of thieves and like they want to kill him or whatever, and he's just like, go ahead, kill him. And like he has to like he has to do like this death battle with this other guy who falls off a cliff, and then he doesn't die. He wrestles a fucking shark and kills it, and comes back. Like Aladdin 3's got some good shit, and Robin Williams, of course.
Yeah, that's crazy how he came back.
Yeah, that is my. So, anyways, that is my Disney list.
Nice.
I'm not.
You know what's wild? Like when Disney and these shows started getting like cartoons, that's when it was like you knew voice acting was important, because when those characters weren't the voice, you're like, whoa, this is just weird. This doesn't feel right. This is, it just, that's when you really knew like voice acting was important, because when they weren't the voices, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, something's off or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty true. Oh, yeah, that's definitely that's where I place these Disney movies. Some of the stuff's a little like maybe A, B, B minus, maybe I like shift one way or the other, but like I'd never on my own watch anything in D tier, and probably never seek out anything in C tier. B minus is like not likely to watch again, maybe a couple of them or sequence. B is like I'd watch it. Yeah, I'd watch B, but like A, and obviously A and S. You want to watch that? I'm down.